So most couples are dating and probably having a fairly good time together, but they don't quite have like a long-term view for where they want to take the relationship, and simply don't have like a development growth path for them to grow together. And this is something that I myself am learning every single day. But what I've done so far is about 3 or 4 months ago, I made this shot I like put on the screen somewhere here, and it'll be in my thumbnail, where I asked my woman to complete it, I completed it, and then we made like a combined one of our deal breakers, our preferences, an ideal date together. And if you're dating for like a few months, I'll argue 3 or more months, then talk about your best moments or best days, either one, so far. Now, talking about the deal breakers, this is something that needs to be in the relationship. So, for argument's sake, it might be that you need to see each other at least once a week, like spend actual focused quality time together. It might be a matter of, for argument's sake, I'm looking for a woman who's religious. So my partner needs to develop themselves religiously, or alternatively already be religious. Those sort of things are deal breakers, and you would break up if that doesn't exist in the relationship. Now, preferences is like less strict than that. It's something you are looking for in the relationship, but you are willing to, forgo it. Ideally, you actually have nothing under the preferences like category, but in practice, you will have probably one or two. And why I'm saying this is, in the ideal world where everything is like perfect, you would have like the ideal partner who does everything to your exact preferences. And frankly, the woman I have, she does 99% of things to my exact preferences. But there is that 1% that I would prefer that she did differently, or didn't do it all, or rather did, whichever case it is. But it just isn't authentic to her. And that's where compromising comes in. And there's also some things that I'm probably, I know there is one thing that I'm not doing that she is looking for me to do. There's not a deal breaker, but it is on a list of preferences. And this is like where the compromise comes in, where we basically meet each other halfway. I start doing something that she's looking for me to do, and vice versa. That is part of growing a relationship, and this is why I'm saying communication is also extremely crucial. Because if you're not aware of these sort of things, or just plain don't use this chart, if you're not aware of it though, then essentially you like both living in the dark. You're both like, okay, I hope they start doing that, and I hope to guide them on this way, but if it doesn't happen, then well, I'll just sit here and hope it changes. Like, oh, woe is me. That's like how I see most couples living, and I don't think you want to be in a similar scenario to that. This is a woman, or if you're a woman watching this, and this is the man you can be spending the rest of your life with. So why not spend some time? This chart's only can spend like half an hour to go through it, see what changes you can make, and then progress from that point forward. And then the ideal day together is just like, okay, you have a focused day where you're just spending time with each other. Assume there's no work involved, assume there's nothing else. What would it look like from first in the morning when you wake up to last thing at night? So you start off with like a fancy breakfast at a cute restaurant somewhere, then you go for, you go somewhere, and so the day carries on. This also gives you, like, as a guy at least, some inspiration for the sort of dates to plan for you guys. It actually is like a win-win for both of you guys. So go through what your ideal day together would look like. And the best moment so far is just getting an idea of like what gets their heart tingling. What I mean by that is there is some things that I've done that I didn't even know like had an effect on my woman. So like, for argument's sake, opening the door for her. In my mind, that's something that's seen as like a must-have. It's a natural thing for me to just open the door for her. But I found out that that's something that genuinely like makes her like really tingly and warm and fuzzy and all of that on the inside, which kind of makes sense. I understand why, but I hadn't really like thought about it until she told me. So now that she's like told me about it, I make special emphasis, without like making it obvious though, that let me open the door for her, just be chivalrous to her. So these are sort of things you can pick up from the short. As I said, I'm developing a lot in this space myself, but this is what I've found out so far. I want to make follow-up videos on my journey, my relationship, so I can help you out as well. But at this point, take this shot, flirting with your woman, and find out some interesting insights. But with that said, bro, I'll see you in the next one to become a better man.